Hey friends, Sarah from The Charming Detroiter here. I am back today with another vlog. I am really excited to share with you guys today our spring deck refresh. We have done a few upgrades to the deck this year. We do have a lot of plans still for this space though, so let's kind of do a walkthrough and then I'm going to share with you guys all of the plans that we still have to put in place. I hope that you enjoy this video, and if you do, make sure that you hit that big red subscribe button below and click the notification bell next to it so you don't miss any of my videos. Let's get right into it. Alright, so I actually wanted to start inside because some of you guys may not know that we actually have three, well, I guess technically five sliding doors that exit to our outdoor space. So three of them are on the first floor and two of them are on the second floor. I absolutely love how much light comes into the house and how much it kind of makes it feel like an indoor-outdoor space almost. So when you walk out the kitchen door, we have, of course, a little water for the dogs. But to the left, we actually have our grilling space. So it's all covered up right now, but my husband has like his wood-fired pellet grill or whatever it is that he's obsessed with. And these are two benches that he actually put together, I think 2 summers ago, I want to say. I think it was the first summer that we lived here. And I absolutely love them. I'm so obsessed with the detailing. Like, I love these corners. I think they're gorgeous. The only issue is that we covered this one up in the winter and we didn't cover this one up. So we're actually gonna probably strip this one and restain it to match that one again. The deck is really looking upgraded now with our new windows. I love the black frames against the white of the house. It's like such a good contrast for like a modern farmhouse look. So one of the first things we did when we moved in was actually to change out these outdoor lights. So we changed out all of the lights all across the house in the front and in the side of the house as well. And I absolutely love these. I love this lantern style. I love the light bulbs we put in them. It's just like perfect for a modern farmhouse vibe. And these were not that expensive. It's been a couple of years, so I'm going to try and link them below. But I will find some similar styles as well because it took me a real long time to find these. So then if you turn to the right, we have kind of the rest of our deck. So we actually technically have 3 grills on our deck right now. The one I just showed you, this one, and that one. That one is being sold on Facebook Marketplace as we speak. So this one is actually like a Blackstone griddle type of grill. So we're trying to decide if we're going to keep it here or put it over there, actually where that one is. So when you turn out to the right side of the kitchen, this is kind of our main outdoor dining space. We purchased this table from Article last year and I am obsessed with it, despite the fact that it does have some water damage that has gotten onto it from spills, and then from actually there is a hole in the cover that we have for the table we found out. But we're actually going to be sanding the top of it and refinishing it and then sealing it actually. So that's kind of one of our goals this summer, so that it looks a little bit more like it did when we first got it. But I absolutely love the style of the table. I'll show you guys kind of the legs. So they're like these really thick, chunky legs, and then just like planked kind of wood down the whole table. I love how like rustic it is, but at the same time it's like a pretty good like farmhouse style. Hello, Spencer. And then these chairs we actually picked up from Target. They were selling out really fast last summer, and it's a funny story. I ended up going to, I think 4 or 5 different Targets maybe to purchase them all because I had to kind of piece together the order. So it was everywhere from like Novi up into Port Huron, if you guys are familiar with the area. One change I do want to make potentially this summer or next summer is to actually change out these pillows. We only have 6 of these from the old house, and they're a little bit like this kind of pattern is not super my style anymore. So I'd like something maybe that would match a little bit better with these little tropical pillows that we have. Last summer we also picked up, towards the end of the summer, so I don't really think many people saw these, but we picked up these large oversized lanterns from Pottery Barn, and then we have like the flameless battery powered candles inside, which are really nice at night. The glow is like really soft and beautiful and perfect for mood lighting for dinner parties out here. One of my favorite things on the deck is these planter boxes that my husband built last summer. So these he custom built kind of to fit over the side of our railing, and so I just planted some little flowers here this year. But I think they really give a lot of interest to what is otherwise like a very plain kind of banister. Now, the thing that I am most excited to show you guys is the planters. So last summer we actually built this one right at the end of the summer, so we really didn't plant much in it. And then just a couple of weekends ago we finished off the second planter here. All right, so it's kind of weird having these like large planters on the deck And so we actually kind of thought a lot about what we wanted to do in this house. So in our old house, we had a really nice large like garden we built into the yard, which was really nice with these beautiful built-in planters and gravel like stone everywhere, which I loved. And I really wanted to do something similar here, but we have a lot more deer at this house than we did at our last house. And so we kind of figured, okay, we're going to put it in this gorgeous garden and then the deer are going to eat everything. I will try and post the pictures below, but we used to have a built-in bench all along this side of the deck. And then there was one actually where this little planter is too. And we never used them. Like I thought it was really cute when we moved in, but we literally never used them. And so while we were kind of brainstorming what to do with the garden, my husband had the brilliant idea, rip out the benches that we don't use anyways, and put in a large like planter section here. So that's what we did. We ended up getting like this cedar toned, I think it's pine. I know it's cedar tone from Menards, which I absolutely love. Like I love the cedar look, but for anybody that's looked at wood ever, cedar is like the most expensive. So this was a really good compromise. And I think it will hold up nicely over time in terms of the coloring. And I really just like love the idea of like a lush green like deck with like pots of herbs and flowers like everywhere. So it kind of lends itself to that vibe. So I actually really am happy with the outcome of this. So let's kind of go through the garden and then I'll show you guys some of our other plants as well. So we planted some of our tomatoes over here because they get a little bit more light. So these are actually grown from seed, my little tiny babies. So they are pretty small still, but we have 3 tomato plants over here. And then we purchased most of our other plants, but some of them are still kind of seedlings that we actually planted from seed. So, ooh, I have got to weed, yikes. So we have some jalapeno peppers, some Brussels sprouts, which I have never grown before. So I'm really excited to grow those. We love Brussels sprouts in our house. We're actually going to grow some squash. So that's going to be an interesting kind of experiment. My understanding is that squash is like really viney. So I'm not entirely sure it gave him enough room. But we'll see. We did plant some of this kale. I'm a little concerned, like I might find a different type of kale for next year. This is called prism kale, but my husband was noticing, I don't know if I can find any, but he was, yeah, there's like these little white bugs. I don't know if you guys can see that on the back of the leaves. So if anybody knows anything about these or like what to do about it, please comment below. I would love to know how to get rid of those, but they seem to be eating our kale. So they're not really affecting anything else, but that's kind of annoying. We have a couple of bell pepper plants here as well. And then these are actually one of the seeds that we put in. So I put in these, they were actually really cool, like little strips with like carrot seeds on them. So you just put like the strips down. I got 3 rows, but we eat a lot of carrots in this house. So I'm pretty excited about those. And then I'm very excited about all of my beets. I have a row of beets here and a couple rows here. We eat lots of beets in this house. And then I'm actually gonna try and grow spinach this year. So we'll kind of see how that goes. I have not grown this before, but I had some of the seeds. I don't know why I've never actually opened the package until this year, but they are chugging along. And then moving towards the end, my husband actually planted these green beans and only a few of them have sprouted so far, but they look like pretty good. So hopefully some more will start to pop up. And then the last thing in this planter is actually I planted some shallots. So you can kind of see like the directions said to plant them. So they're like partially exposed, but I really am not sure how well this is going to work. The only one that seems to be growing is this one. Moving along to the other planter, we have a bunch of strawberries. We love strawberries in this house. Sophie loves strawberries. She's like a little berry monster. So we have a couple different varieties here, I believe. And then we have actually 2 other tomato plants here. So we picked up some San Marzano tomatoes actually as well. So my husband is quite keen to grow pineapples, so that's what that is. And then this is kind of our lettuce garden area. We have a bunch of romaine and then like a lettuce blend. Hi, can I help you? Little Miss One Eye. My husband is growing some kind of berry in this plant, in this pot. It's going to drive me crazy, but I can't remember the name of it, but I will post it below. And then these are, for anyone who's following on my Instagram, these are my potatoes. Oh my God, they look so good. It's crazy. It's insane how fast these grew. I planted these like the same time that I planted the shallots, maybe like a month ago. And they are going insane. So what happens is you plant them kind of far down in the pot, the seed potatoes, and then you fill them with soil, and I put like compost and some other like fertilizer and such in there. And then as they grow, you kind of fill in the soil. So I actually have to kind of fill it in again up above them because the potatoes will grow up the stem. So it's like super cool. So I have 2 pots of those. I can't wait. So if you've been following along on my blog or Instagram, you will know this is kind of like our main sitting area out here. This was one of the first things that we actually purchased for the deck out here. And I absolutely love this set. I love the teak wood. One thing that I do want to try to get to this year, but I'm kind of guessing it's not going to happen until next year because we have so many things going on, but I would like to refinish this teak wood. It's getting a little beat up and kind of weathered, even though we do cover it up in the winter. We don't really cover it up at all during the summer if it's like raining or anything. So it is showing some of that like gray wear, which I anticipated anyways. But I would like it to look a little bit more put together. So we have all our cute little pillows. I love the combo of like the striped pillow with the leafy kind of tropical pillow. And then the other garden section is our herb garden, which is probably one of the most used sections. So we've got parsley and oregano, sage, thyme, cilantro, chives, rosemary, basil. So lots of good stuff here. And we use this like so much in the summer. These chives have literally been like, I don't even know how long they've been living for, how many winters they've survived through. Like chives and mint are like the two like most impressive herbs in my opinion. So the last thing I want to touch on is actually super important. I think one of the #1 things that you can do to make your outdoor space feel kind of more homey and like an indoor space is actually an outdoor rug. So we have 2 outdoor rugs. We have this beautiful large black and white gingham one that's going under our dining table here. And as you can see, the puppies absolutely love it. And then we actually have this other kind of plaid one. This one actually needs a pressure wash really bad. But this one is in the kind of living sitting area over here. So that's also black and kind of like an ivory beige kind of color. I've gotten a lot of questions like over the years about outdoor rugs because I did have one at our old house as well. Actually, that one back there was the one at our old house in our dining space. And I love a good outdoor rug. I think that the maintenance is pretty minimal for like what benefit it has. I think it really allows your outdoor spaces to feel very homey and like cozy. Like I can sit out here and work on my blog or read or have dinner with my family without shoes on, and it like feels great just like inside, but like with the fresh air and nature and everything. So I highly support outdoor rugs. The maintenance is really minimal. Honestly, I will blow it off with a leaf blower like throughout the summer to kind of get the leaves and all of like the debris and pollen and stuff off of it. And then at the end of each season, we actually will power wash them with our like pressure washer. And then that kind of gets all like the gunk. It actually does a really impressive job at getting like all of the gunk out of it. And then we let them dry out and roll them up. We actually store them now on our deck rolled up underneath our table. So our table gets like this huge cover in the winter over it. And then the rugs go underneath that so that they're protected. All right, so there's a lot going on in our outdoor space. We absolutely love this space. The living area is perfect. The dining area is perfect. We absolutely love having like that extra kind of living area where we can hang out in the warmer weather months. During the summer of 2020, we literally spent, I think, every night out here that it wasn't raining, like eating dinner, having a glass of wine, reading, just spending time with the family. And it was really a blessing to be able to have such a beautiful outdoor space when we really couldn't go anywhere. That being said, there are actually a couple of projects still we have left to finish in this space. So I wanted to share this with you guys today. Let's go. So the first and kind of biggest project, and probably with the prices of wood going up, going to be the most expensive project, is that we are actually planning to build a gazebo over this sort of section, if you can imagine, of the decks. So it will come up from this side, kind of behind where this planter is, up over this section of the deck and then back down on the other side. And then we'll paint the whole thing gray to match the rest of the deck. So probably we'll see how much that's going to cost with how expensive wood is these days, but I think it's going to look really cool. Rob actually has planted down here some like vining berry bushes, so you can already see they're kind of starting to vine up the deck, and the plan is that we'll have those vine over the whole gazebo section. The other project is actually probably not something that will be done until next year because we are currently renovating our basement, but we do want to paint all of these doors. We actually found our painter already, but we are going to have them painted so that they match the window casements actually. So everything just kind of looks more cohesive. I think that will be really like fantastic for kind of the overall aesthetic of the house. I really don't love the gray color of those doors. All right, so that is going to do it for today's vlog. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little deck tour with all the kind of upgrades we've done since the last year. And then I guess stay tuned for the upcoming upgrades. You know, hopefully we're getting that gazebo done later this summer, and then hopefully getting the doors painted next year. So I'll be sure to do an updated video after those projects are done. And you can always follow along with me on Instagram at The Charming Detroiter. That's like the best way to kind of follow up and keep tabs on what's going on around our house. So be sure, if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up below. That really helps me out, and hit that big red subscribe button and click the notification bell next to it if you want to see more videos like this. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, friends.